So is Mitch McConnell alive or what? Mitch McConnell has now been missing more than 5 weeks, and we still don't really have answers as to whether he's alive, recovering, as they've said, or what is going on. We have seen Mitch McConnell in the more than 5 weeks that he's been hospitalized and then allegedly in rehab. Although, again, we don't really have proof of that. We have a claim, we don't have proof. And he has missed every single vote, of course. And the public just can't get a clear, independently verifiable account of Mitch McConnell's condition. We got a picture of McConnell in a hospital or rehab with his wife, Elaine Chao. A lot of people said that's an old picture. Others simply didn't believe it was real. So at the risk of just kind of being blunt, is Mitch McConnell alive? Mitch, are you still with us? Are you conscious? Are you ever going to be capable of doing your job again? What the hell is going on? It is, what is the date? July 23rd. McConnell was hospitalized June 14th. So June 14 to July 14 is 4 weeks. July 21st would be 5 weeks. We are now into the 6th week of a hospitalization, supposedly for falling, during which he lost consciousness and then later got, I guess, while in the hospital, pneumonia. He has not been seen publicly since. All the roll call votes he's missed. His staff won't explain what is going on, what work he's doing, when he expects to get back. And then, as you may recall, right around the 1 month mark after his disappearance, McConnell's office puts out this written statement and a photograph showing what appears to be Mitch with a newspaper sports section from that day next to his wife, Elaine Chao. The photograph, some are saying he's not really holding the newspaper. The newspaper is garbled. It's AI. I've not seen evidence proving that the picture is AI modified or years old. There are Republicans, including Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who say, I've spoken directly with Mitch McConnell. Scott Jennings from CNN said, I spoke directly to him. So is he alive? Probably. I think probably he is technically alive right now. But the range of possibilities between alive and will ever be capable of serving as a U.S. Senator again are as big as the Grand Canyon. The picture, if it's real, can't tell us whether he's lucid. It can't tell us whether he can communicate. It can't tell us whether statements attributed to him are actually being dictated by him. And if we could get a 30-second video, it would answer a lot of these questions, and it would answer them quickly. And instead, Mitch McConnell's office has allowed this to become so opaque that even some Republican lawmakers want answers. Josh Hawley said Mitch McConnell has an obligation to tell his constituents what's happening. Tommy Tuberville said we need a video update. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says multiple agencies have contacted him, suggesting Mitch McConnell had indeed died. And he has been pleading with the office to end the speculation, put out a video, do something definitive. First, really quick, a word from our sponsor. Let's say you just finished a business call or a meeting. You think you caught all of the important parts, and an hour later, your notes are scattered and you don't remember exactly what was said. The Plod Note Pro is designed exactly for that gap between I heard something, I'm going to need to use it later. It's about the size of a credit card, thin enough to slide into a wallet, attaches magnetically to the back of my phone. For a call, an interview, a meeting, talking through ideas out loud, I can hit record once, stay focused. Plod will transcribe the audio, separate the speakers, summarize the key points, and then convert them into action items. I can also search and interact with everything later using the Ask Plod feature. Unlike my phone, Plod also has up to 50 hours of battery life. It has enterprise-level privacy and security standards. So go to plod.ai/Pakman and use the code Pakman for 10% off all products. The link is in the description. Now back to the video. Now there may be a politically convenient reason to keep everything vague. And it's not that Andy Beshear, the governor, would get to pick Mitch McConnell's replacement. That's not how the law works in Kentucky. Kentucky has a different setup in which a special election is required to fill a vacant Senate seat. But it appears as though, and this is becoming a key date, it appears as though August 3rd is the deadline, practically speaking, to organize a special election before November. If the vacancy occurs after August 3rd, more than likely, there would be procedural delays that would let Republicans push the special election onto the same ballot as the general, or it might even complicate whether you can have a special election. Now, I am not claiming that Republicans are secretly hiding Mitch McConnell's death. They might be. I don't have evidence for that at this point in time. But I'm looking at the situation at the 30,000 foot level. When the senator disappears for 5 weeks, his staff refuses to answer basic questions. The silence is massively consequential. And again, some people, I guess, moved on from this after the 1 month anniversary picture of Mitch with Elaine Chao was published. But a lot of people are remembering, we don't know that that really proves anything, and are demanding more than a picture and a statement written in Mitch McConnell's name. Now, there's a bigger problem than Mitch McConnell here. We've talked about it before. And it's actually kind of two problems. One, members of Congress are allowed to vanish for weeks or months while remaining in office, collecting salaries, leaving millions of people without functional representation. And that is something most Americans don't have at their jobs. And there is no meaningful process to determine, is this individual medically capable of serving? Will he ever be able to come back? Mitch McConnell's 84, repeated falls, multiple hospitalizations, public freezing episodes like that, and other health problems. He's already retiring when his term ends. If he is recovering and capable of serving out these last few months, show us, put out a video, answer some questions, give us a real timeline. If he can't do the job, just resign. Resign when voters can still have a say, democracy, right, over what happens next. Probably alive simply cannot be an acceptable standard for serving in the United States Senate. Now, I want to mention one other thing. There's a lot of people out there who have no clue that this is going on. No clue whatsoever. And one of the things I write about extensively in my new book is that due to these algorithmic echo chambers and filter bubbles in which we live, there are people living in completely different realities where they are simply not even fed articles or content covering the fact that Mitch McConnell has been missing for 5 weeks and may or may not be alive. That is an algorithmic problem. That is a digital platform problem. And I talk about it extensively in my book, Pay Attention. I would love it if you pre-ordered this book. It is increasingly being suggested that there are forces suppressing this book. What they can't suppress are people who simply hear me talk about the fact that this book is coming out, if I have anything to say about it. And if you pre-order at davidpakman.com/attention, it will signal to independent bookstores and Barnes and Nobles and others, hey, we should get some copies of this book. So if you want signed copies, there are a limited number available at davidpakman.com/attention. You can get the Kindle version, you can get the audiobook. All of these versions are available. And anybody who pre-orders whatever version of the book, you will be entered into a raffle to get this specific copy of the book, which I will dedicate to you. This is the first ever printed copy sitting on my shelf. All you need to do to enter in that raffle is send your pre-order screenshot to info@davidpakman.com. That's it. And you'll be entered in that raffle.